Welcome to Fun and Games Side Quests. Every episode is a different host sharing a video game they love and why they love it.
Hey there, Fun and Games Podcast. This is Aaron. I'm one half of SuperPod Saga. Our deal is that each episode, Tommy and I will take turns choosing a topic to discuss, and we'll just discuss the absolute piss out of it till we're both dry in the mouth, starved down to the bone, just basically broken down into dust, and we disintegrate, and we're gone. And we'll move on to the next topic. We've done lots of things. From one of our most recent one is different arcade memories. We've done episodes about the GameCube, our favorite sequels. We've even done an episode on games we want remastered, stuff like that. Yeah, you can check us out you can go to our website, actually, superpodsaga.com. You'll find all of our previous episodes there, and you can even find all the different, podcast players we're on, whether you listen to stuff on Audacity, Deezer, Pandora, whatever. You can find all of our podcast player links there. You can check out our blog. You can check out the support tab of our website as well if you want to check out our Patreon and maybe help us out a little bit. But if not, yeah, we're still going to love you, even if you don't. We've been having lots and lots of guests on the show lately. So, if anybody listening to this wants to be a guest on our show, feel free to hit us up. Of course, just go to superpodsaga.com and find our social medias and hit us up wherever. And yeah, we'd love to have you on. But I was invited on to talk about one of my favorite games, and this is one I've played through many, many times. I love it to death. SteamWorld Heist. And if you haven't played it, I really wish you would, especially if you're a fan of turn-based tactics games. This one's a little bit different, though, because I'm sure everybody's played a Fire Emblem or XCOM or something like that, where it's like you move a unit, and if you're nearby, do an attack. If not, end your turn. But SteamWorld Heist is a little bit different. We'll get to gameplay in a little bit. Basically, the game takes place a little bit I shouldn't say a little bit, but it takes place after SteamWorld Dig 2, where basically the world explodes and all the Steam bots, there's no people in this game, by the way. They're all robots powered by Steam. They're all forced into space, living on spaceships, cruising through sweet, sweet empty space. The currency is water because they all run on Steam. But yeah, there's all sorts of cool different character designs, and there's not a whole lot to the story, really. It's just, the main character is Captain Piper Faraday, and she's the captain of this crew of space pirates, and you go and fight other space pirates because all the other space pirates are dumb and mean, and you want to stop them from being dumb and mean. So you, as the cool, good space pirates, you go shoot them up and destroy their ships and stop them from being mean and dumb. And that's eventually you fight aliens and shit like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the story. But one of the coolest parts about the game, and what really, really sets it apart from others, is I guess just how different each of the characters feels. So yeah, first off, there's maybe 10 different characters in the game, and a good bunch of them carry the same class. And even though they do carry the same class, they'll have something that sets them apart from other ones that do use the same class. I guess of course, Piper Faraday being the captain, she's the only one who has the captain class. But there are others that share the same class, like one of the first characters you get, Seabrass, he's a Vanguard. Later on, you'll get Ivansky, he's another Vanguard. But yeah, Ivansky is more of like a tank. Like when he takes damage, he'll in turn get a buff that makes it so he deals more damage, and he's great with explosives and shit like that. Whereas Seabrass, he's more of he's this pirate guy that talks like a pirate. He's always like, arg, or shiver me timbers and stuff like that. And then he's more about attacking at a range with shotguns and stuff like that. And then there's a lot of really unique characters. They all have different speech patterns. Like Ivansky has a Russian accent. Of course, you don't hear their voice or anything like that. It's just kind of like the Banjo-Kazooie grunt language, or it's do 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 do. But they kind of a different tone of voice sort of for each character. But yeah, Seabrass is great. There's one called Sally Bolt. She's this redneck farmer country girl, and she's I guess she's the only bounty hunter really. One of my favorites though is this guy called Billy Gill, and he just looks like a fish, basically. He's got like a dorsal fin on his back, and his class is the Brawler. In a game usually all about guns or attacking from a range with even like grenades and explosives and stuff. He's all about getting in people's faces and attacking with melee attacks, whether it be just like punching him, or I think no, he doesn't punch. He headbutts. Sorry, he uses his head. He just head bashes people to death. He can use handguns, but he's just all about melee and everything. That's another thing too. When characters level up, they'll get a different, I guess, like a different stat level up or a different ability or something like that that they can use. So Piper, for instance, one of her abilities makes it so that any nearby allies get like get a damage buff. Basically, my boy Billy Gill, though, when he gets this one ability where when he kills an enemy, he can then move again, because you can only usually move like once, or no, twice actually. Yeah, it's got the XCOM like sprint thing where if you move so far, that's it for you. But so he can run. Billy Gill can run in, headbutt a dude to death, and then move again, and then headbutt another dude to death, and that's pretty cool. And yeah, each character, like I said, they all feel really different because they'll all get different abilities and different stat level ups, and they all feel so unique. Like a good example again is there's this one old guy, Butterbot. He basically, his whole thing revolves around just sitting still and sniping enemies. Because you'll get, I guess I should talk more about the combat. Well, no, whatever. Butterbot is all about sniping, sitting still at a spot, sniping. But yeah, so gameplay wise, the game, like I said, it's a turn-based tactics game, but it's different from pretty much everything else I've played. It's all 2D basically, so it's just 2D, and your characters, I guess the maps for battles are all procedurally made, so you don't get, I guess, like burnt out on playing the same map over and over and over again, shit like that. But they're all these like procedurally made spaceships, and so they'll have different, like they'll have maybe like more than one floor or just one floor, or they'll go like, they're all different and pretty unique. And yeah, your characters will have to take cover behind like boxes or barrels, or just duck underneath like the floor or something like that and try to shoot enemies. And rather than like, say like XCOM, where it gives you a percentage chance to hit, it'll be like 80 or 90% chance to hit, but obviously you'll still fucking miss because it's XCOM and they hate you. SteamWorld Heist is more so about skill, because you can basically just like line up your gun, and like you can kind of, I guess, eyeball what the trajectory of your bullet or projectile is going to be. But that's not the case with every gun, though, because like I said earlier with Butterbot, where he's all about sniping, there are some guns that have like little laser sights, but guns like those, you can't move and shoot in the same turn, just like in XCOM, where like you can't, if you have a sniper, you can't move and shoot in the same turn for whatever reason. But yeah, you'll get a laser sight, and oftentimes with, say, like, I guess anything other than an explosive, your shots can ricochet off of walls or various other surfaces. So say somebody's taking cover behind a barrel, and of course you can't shoot them directly in the face. You can just ricochet a bullet off of like a wall above them and hit them in the back of the head and get a critical hit, kill them. And that's cool. And yeah, like I said, there's lots of explosives too. You can get like grenade launchers that they'll like lob a grenade and it'll bounce around and explode, or it'll explode on contact. There's rocket launchers, which go in like a straight, I guess, trajectory just right at the enemy. And there's all sorts of stuff. There's even, submachine guns, shotguns, pistols, little, I forget what the long-range sniper pistols are called. I think they're just called long-range, but there's a bunch of cool stuff. And like before each mission, you can basically customize characters a little bit, because they'll have, of course, you pick their weapon, but then they have like two, I guess, accessory slots. So you can pick like a little sidearm pistol that has like maybe one or two shots in it. You can pick a grenade. You can put on some like armor so somebody has a little bit more health, or even these shoes that make them run a little bit faster, which I usually give to this one character named Froggy, who has naturally high mobility. And instead of having legs and running around, of course, he just has this one wheel that he rolls around on. So yeah, he's got high mobility. But his little thing, his role is a flanker or class or whatever, and he's all about like moving in close and blasting enemies to bits, because he just uses handguns and like assault rifles and shit like that. then yeah, there's all sorts of ways to customize your characters. Like I mentioned earlier, Ivansky, he's a tank. You could put some like armor on him because he's got this ability. Like like I mentioned earlier, where like when he takes damage, he'll get a buff that makes him do more damage. So you kind of almost want him to be out there, but yeah, if you put armor on him, make him even beefier so he can take more hits, get more damage. And yeah, there's also all these cool little hats that the characters can just like pick up. Like you can shoot a hat off an enemy and then pick it up, or obviously when you kill them, they'll drop their hat and you can go pick it up. But there's all sorts of cool stuff. Like there's one that resembles Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. It will resemble his like spiky blonde hair. There's also like some really out there ones. Like there's a what is it called? There's like a unicorn head that like a unicorn head you can get on him or get on them, whatever. There's like Mario and Luigi hats. There's some of those little propeller hats you can put on them, which is really, really goofy. There's one that's called Hat in a Cat. And it's just like a cat on a hat, or like a hat inside of a cat. I don't know how to explain that, but there's lots of really funny, really goofy ones. And it is really fun to just deck these characters out and make them look really, really stupid and just go out there and blast dudes to death. And yeah, it's originally was only on the 3DS, but now I'm pretty sure it's on everything except for Xbox One, I believe. It's for sure on PlayStation and Switch. And more often than not, it's on sale. So you can usually get it. Normally, I think it's like $20, but you can usually get it for like just $5 when it's on sale. And the same goes with SteamWorld Dig 2 or SteamWorld Dig 1 or SteamWorld Quest, honestly. They're all really good. It's one of my favorite series, actually. They're all really, really good. Do your boy Aaron a favor. Check out any of the SteamWorld games if you haven't, especially SteamWorld Heist. If you love it or you don't like it, let me know. I'd love to hear whether you like it or not and who your favorite character is, because mine is forever going to be Billy Gill, because I just love running up to dudes and headbutting them and then just running away. But it's got really, really good tunes too. Like when you're just drifting through space, it's just got like really somber, almost like country twang to it, which is cool. Everything about the game is just really good. I love it so much. And it's got a really, well, not really short, but it's got a pretty short run time too. It's like maybe 10, 15 hours. It's definitely worth your time, especially if you get it on sale, because you can't go wrong with buying a $5 game and getting 15 hours out of it. And it just looks so good. It plays so well. Oh, it's just so much fun, man. Once again, this is Aaron, one half of SuperPod Saga. You can just head right on over to superpodsaga.com, find all of our previous episodes there. I find our blog. We frequently write blog articles about random goofy stuff. Again, check out our support tab if you wanna help us with the show. But if not, listen to an episode or two, because that's pretty sweet. Thanks a ton for listening to me ramble about this game. It's one of my favorite games. It's in my top 5, actually, if that helps you make your decision at all. I love it. I hope you love it. Thanks again, Fun and Games Podcast, for letting me ramble about this and sharing it with the people. Happy gaming. Goodbye.
Hey there, Screen Beans. Have you heard about Screen Snark?
Rachel, this is an ad break. They aren't screen beans until they listen to the show.
Fine. Potential Screen Beans. You like movies and TV shows, right?
I mean, who doesn't? Screen Snark is a casual conversation about the movies and television shows that are shaping us as we live our everyday lives.
That's right, Matt. We have a chat with at least one incredible guest every episode, hailing from all walks. We've interviewed chefs,
writers, costumers, musicians,
yoga teachers, comedians, burlesque dancers,
folks in the film and TV industry,
and more.
We'd be delighted for you to join us every other Monday on the Certain POV Podcast Network.
Or wherever you get your podcasts, fresh and tasty off the presses.
What? That's not...
Can I call them Screen Beans now?
Fine.
Screen Beans!
So tune in and we'll see you at the movies or on a couch somewhere.
'Cause you're all Screen Beans now.
You will be mine. Aurora.
CPOV. CertainPOV.com.